You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible. All right, folks. New York became the second state to ban discrimination based on natural hairstyles after Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a bill Friday amending the state's human rights law. Of course, they followed California, which earlier this month became the first state to outlaw racial discrimination based on hairstyles such as braids, Bantu knots, twists, and locks. The bill's provisions are effective immediately. The New York City Commission on Human Rights issued new guidance in February that banned discrimination on the basis of hair or hairstyle in workplaces, schools, and public places. This is when I was talking the other day about white fear, and I was talking about how in this country everything has been done through a white prism. This is a perfect example, because I think back to when Black Enterprise, when Earl Graves mandated that you couldn't have locks, you couldn't have dreads if you worked at Black Enterprise, because he said, look, this is what Wall Street, this is what corporate America wants, so therefore we're going to train you to conform to what they want. When the reality is that's a white standard. It's a white standard. Now, the problem is when all of a sudden it becomes, oh, you can't have facial hair, you can't have this. I think back to, I remember I was going back and forth with somebody that was this week talking about how there's no need for the EEOC. And that was a case where there was a black woman, more than qualified, applied for a job with the Veterans Administration in Virginia. Impeccable credentials. When she left the interview, they begin to meet, and a white male on the panel says, I just don't like her hair. Like, damn credentials. Forget all her work experience, didn't like her hair. They didn't give her the job. She sued, she won back pay, won 70 grand as well, cost those taxpayers because somebody said, I don't like your hair. And Monique, this is, again, I think what is happening, and this is why I keep talking about white fear. White norms, white standards are now being altered because you have more people of color in the workplace, in powerful positions, who are now saying, hell no. You got black women who are now on television wearing natural hair, when you had news directors for a long time saying, need a perm, did you get this stuff taken care of? And so when we talk about, as we move closer to becoming a nation majority of people of color, the view of what's right, what's proper is going to change, because it's no longer going to be white is right, everybody else step back.
Can't wait to hear this.
You would be excited. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a confession.
What? You've done it.
You need some water?
I feel like I do. I feel like I'm sort of kind of choking
I wish you heard her get it out, because I only got 11 minutes left in the show.
Roland wants me to spit it out. Here's the thing. In the government sector, I believe that this is correct. In the private sector, I believe that people need to be able to hire people based on what is going to get a successful result for their client.
That's not what I said.
Whatever that is. But
that is still a white standard.
Okay. And I'm not necessarily disagreeing, except when it's implemented by black folk.
No, but that's a white standard.
Yeah, but my standard is not necessarily a white standard. I just like it's just an I like
okay,
what I
all
like
right, so
standard.
hold up. So if you're black and you say, I'm sorry, you can't have locks. First of all, that came from someplace, Mike. That view of what's not right, what's not proper, came from somewhere. It's not just, I don't like that.
It's not just right or proper. It's, I'm going to send you in the room, and they're going to kick you out of the room before you have an opportunity to represent what you could do well, our business, our client,
right. But
whatever.
But the argument
it's not that I don't think it's right.
No,
or wrong.
but
it's like I would send, God knows, I fight with Scott, but I would send Scott anywhere, because I know that the way that he has this image put together, he can be in Dubai. He can go to Africa. He can go down the street to the government. If Scott is my attorney, I don't have any fears. There are
Michael,
a lot of different things that could change about Scott that would make me be like, whoa, I just don't know if you're right for this right now.
But again, Michael, but what I'm getting to again, I'm getting to what is a broader issue, a deeper issue in terms of what are white norms and values. So, for instance, in the television industry. And in the radio industry, for the longest, it was you needed the voice. It was the Midwest voice. The Midwest voice.
Not Southern.
The whole deal in television was
basic.
You needed the Midwest voice. And then when you would actually ask people, what the hell is the Midwest voice? Really? It was like, and what was the whole deal with Johnny Carson? We're playing to Peoria. Okay? What the hell is Peoria? What they were really saying was, we're playing to white people in the Midwest. I was in Dallas. This was the most KRLD radio. Jack Hines was a news director. Very deep voice, you know, that Midwest sound. So Jack called me to, let me repeat it. I was at KRLD radio in Dallas, in Texas. Jack Hines calls me in and tells me I need to go to a voice coach. He said, because I have a slight twang. I said,
good for him.
Jack, your ass ain't from here. I'm from here. Hell yeah, I sound like I'm from Texas. Cause damn it, we in Texas. Your ass don't sound like you from here. I said, I can guarantee you everybody listen to what the hell I'm talking about. And it was sort of this, and again, that standard came, and that was a white standard. When you go on television, watch your clothes. It's like, don't you wear dashiki? Okay, because, again, that's a white standard. It is. Because the real deal is we ain't trying to scare white folks.
It's not just white, though.
But you're scaring them.
No, but hold on. But here's the deal,
here's
the deal, Michael. I hear what Monique is saying, but when we, first of all, the brilliance of white supremacy is not only has it told us what's good and what's bad. It's really from their perspective. And white folks have also bought into it as well. It's really a white standard.
So what if, in these kind of situations, we've had this on the show before, what if the standard was you cannot come to work with straight blonde hair and blue eyes?
It's a whole bunch of white folks who can't show up.
Can't show up.
Right, if that's the standard.
Because you're going to scare my client. You're going to scare my customer. Wouldn't that be an interesting world?
Hell yeah, it would. And if y'all want to see that,
You're acting like.
and if y'all want to see that, if y'all want to see that world, there's a movie called White Man's Burden, starring John Travolta and Harry Belafonte. I got the DVD. It's a hell of a movie where the whole deal was flipped, where white folks are broke and destitute, get the death penalty, and we in charge. One hell of a movie.
If y'all want to see that world, just walk into black-owned businesses.
No.
Don't act like it's fantasy time.
No.
We select people who look like us, who present like us. We prefer our own. Pan the room to find a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman.
But that's not the issue.
We do that, and we have a right to.
Can we talk?
What I am saying is that when you're in private industry, because you said, what if? And I'm saying, and so, because...
No.
And
White standard.
I don't know. Listen.
It's a white standard.
Do
What
we
if it's
have
a professional
entrepreneurs on the
standard?
panel?
What if it's a
How
professional
many
standard?
of us
Define
have
professional.
hired
Okay.
blonde-haired,
Depends on the culture of the
blue-eyed,
organization.
thin women?
First of all, I've hired people. I've hired big people, thin people. I've hired black people,
We
white
weren't
people.
talking about
No, but I'm talking about. What I'm talking about
I'll
is
confess it,
when we talk about these norms and values, we are talking about white.
But it's
standards
more complicated.
no, it's not.
It
It's
is.
real simple.
Especially in the private
Standards that have been devised and implemented
I
by
agree
white
with you,
people
Scott.
that we have accepted
Record me.
as the rule. And then what happens is when we come in and we change the rule, they're like, okay, what happened? Because somebody black came in and said, that's a stupid rule.
But it
Scott
doesn't
is a hiring
happen that
partner,
way, though.
and I agree with him.
But you know Scott got the white standards in his law firm.
Really? I thought
you were gonna say in his blood.
In the law firm. But let me add some real evidence.
How many lawyers at your law firm?
In D.C. or otherwise?
A total.
Total 1,700.
1,700. How many black lawyers?
I don't know. I got 30% diversity in D.C.
That, you ain't answer my question. I ain't say diversity.
30%
How
of the
many black
100
lawyers?
I got 30% diversity in D.C., and that's 30 black or brown lawyers.
No, how many black? I ain't say brown.
Well, I don't know those
That's
numbers.
better.
But
I'm not done. I'm not done.
The only numbers
Okay,
that I know
how many black?
for DC,
Okay, how many
because
black?
I manage the
How many
markets.
black partners?
In D.C., probably 6 or 7.
6 or 7. In history, how many y'all had?
I don't know that.
How old is the firm?
150 years old.
Guess what?
What?
You had 150 years of white.
emancipation.
You had 150 years of white folks determining what the rules were. So when you came in, you had to
Okay.
learn their system, their rules, their norms,
You had to learn
their
their-
values, and
you had to
implement
learn
it
a
in
culture.
order to white culture.
For the firm and for our clients. Law firms are not a really good example of this.
Most of
You can
y'all
say what you wanna
clients
say.
white?
I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I don't see
Scott,
color.
I was with
I don't,
you.
Hell yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
see
know.
color.
Scott,
I
you're
don't.
wrong.
You don't see color?
Back up. Stop. Just,
You better drink some damn water. You better drink some damn water. You better drink some damn water.
I don't
I
know
stepped
what
in
color
as his
our clients
lawyer.
are.
I was like, ooh,
Hey,
Scott.
hey, I know my
was
next
with him.
segment. I know my next segment's called Crazy Ass White People. I got crazy ass black people right here, right now. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, Roland Martin here. They are back. The folks with marijuanastock.org, of course. You might remember just a few months ago, of course, many of you had the opportunity to invest in their last crowdfunding campaign. They raised a ton of money in just a few months investing in legal marijuana farms. Those initial investors now own shares of a publicly traded company. Now they have a new investment opportunity that is as good, if not even better, than the last one. I'm talking about industrial hemp CBD. For those who don't know, the hemp plant is the cousin to marijuana with a much higher concentration of CBD, which means hemp CBD gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Until recently, hemp farming was practically illegal in the U.S. and heavily regulated by the DEA. However, the 2018 Farm Bill changed all of that, making it legal to grow hemp CBD in the U.S., creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. They need land to grow all of the plants, which makes for an incredible investment opportunity. And that's where our good friends at 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model, folks, is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed high-paying tenants. They are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. You can invest in this crowdfunding campaign for as little as $200 up to $10,000. All right, for you to invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org to get in the game. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.